Hey kids, have you ever wanted to do something but were afraid to go after it? The Bible tells us in Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. This verse tells us with God, we can do all things. We need to have the faith and belief that we can go for it. Maybe you've been thinking about trying a new sport or auditioning to be in a play. Maybe there's a new kid in your school that you've been wanting to talk to but are afraid of what they will think of you. Go for it. Ask the Holy Spirit for courage and He will help you. Let's check out our big idea and memory verse together. With God, I can do all things. Let's say it again. With God, I can do all things. Great job. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Let's say it again. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. I have a potato here and a straw. Who thinks I can put this straw into this potato? But wait, the Bible tells us in Matthew 19:26, with man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. God can do the impossible. So let's try it again. I believe I can do this. Wow! I didn't think I could do that, but with God, nothing is impossible. What are you facing today that you believe is impossible? Remember, God is with us. He can do things you can't do by yourself. Let's check out our Bible story where Peter saw Jesus do the impossible, and then Peter did the impossible too.
Stories of the Bible. Peter walks on water. This is Peter.
Hey-o! Whoop.
Peter was a fisherman who was called by Jesus.
Hey!
Peter saw the many miracles of Jesus,
Whoa!
and he heard all his teachings. Great crowds followed Jesus wherever he went. One day after Jesus had done a great miracle, he sent the disciples in a boat across the lake while he stayed and sent the people home.
See ya! Hey, Jesus!
After sending them home, Jesus went up into the hills by himself to pray. Meanwhile, the disciples were in trouble far away from land, for a strong wind had risen, and they were fighting heavy waves. About 3 o'clock in the morning, Jesus came toward them, walking on water. When the disciples saw him walking on the water, they were terrified. In their fear, they cried out, "It's a ghost!"
Hold on there.
But Jesus spoke to them at once. "Don't be afraid," he said. "Take courage. I am here." Then Peter called to him, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you walking on the water." So Jesus said, "Yes, come." So Peter went over the side of the boat
Whoa! This is awesome!
and walked on the water toward Jesus. But when he saw the strong wind and the waves,
Whoa!
he was terrified and began to sink.
Jesus, help me!
"Save me, Lord!" he shouted. Jesus immediately reached out and grabbed him. Jesus said, "You have so little faith. Why did you doubt me?" When they climbed back into the boat, the wind stopped. Then the disciples worshiped him and said, "You really are the Son of God."
Wow, if Jesus told you to step out of the boat in that crazy storm, would you have done it? With God, nothing is impossible. Doing new things can be scary, but we have the Holy Spirit on our side. Take those steps of courage and God will be with you. See you next time, Emmanuel kids.